CVC Sports presents High School Basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Muskingum Valley Health Centers, Southeastern Med, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, Papa John's Pizza, Doan Ford, the Farmers and Merchants Bank, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, and WB Green Insurance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for some high school basketball on KC 105. Tonight, the Shenandoah Zeps take on the Indian Valley Braves. I'm Bill Castler. Joining me tonight, the old Pine Rider, the old two-guard, I don't know what you want to, John Valentine. John, you got to see round one here, got to do both games last night. Both these teams have some real positives coming in. Indian Valley coming off a loss to Cambridge, and the Zeps coming off a nice win over Tusky Valley.
I'll tell you, we were spoiled last night with two really close games. Both games came down to the last shot, and really Cambridge and Indian Valley went into overtime. So we had two great, entertaining games last night for the kickoff of the inaugural Gene Ford Tip-Off Classic. Had a lot of fun last night, and back at it for day two. And, Shenandoah made a great comeback. They were down, I think at one point they were down 12 before a big timeout, and, had to make a comeback. In Cambridge the same way. They were down 13 at one point and came back to win it overtime. So a real exciting day for day one.
Yeah, and you have to enjoy basketball like that, particularly, like I said, for the opening game. Now, it's interesting, many of the people that are listening, of course, this is the Gene Ford Classic, and many people out there may not be aware why these four teams were selected. Maybe you give us a little bit of background on that.
Right. So, a lot of people know that Coach Ford obviously coached here at Cambridge for a long time, and that's where he's mostly known from around here. But he's originally from up north, Midvale is where he was from. So he went to Indian Valley, technically not Indian Valley today, but back then it was
Indian Valley North is
right.
what it was.
So, so that's his affiliation with Indian Valley, but his coaching gigs, he coached at Tusky and he coached at Shenandoah. So the thought process was, why not get the four teams that basically he had touched over the years and get them together for a nice way to kick off the season.
Yeah, and this is not really a tournament, but it's a little bit, it's not even a round robin play type thing. But as the Bobcats and the Zeps will play each other this year, they're not going to play, and then the Braves will not face the Trojans as the way things worked out in the draw. So tonight we do have Shenandoah opening against Indian Valley, and the nightcap will be the Tusky Valley Trojans and the Cambridge Bobcats. So matchup is pretty interesting, should be pretty good. Seeing both teams, let's talk a little bit about the Indian Valley Braves before we take a timeout for a break. They have some nice players back. One in particular stands out.
22, Lucas Hagan, who had a good game last night, a solid overall game, was a second-team District 5 selection last year and as a sophomore. But he's a good player. But we had some good individual performances really last night too. From Sam Cayley, was a beast inside and strong player, but likes to shoot the ball as well. And Grant Schutte certainly directs the offense. He was the court leader and handles the ball real well. So Indian Valley's got some positives, though they came away with the loss last night. Certainly something to build upon. But they're aggressive on defense. They play an up-and-down game. They can get up and down the floor. They got athletes, as you see. They got guys that can move, and they're not afraid to shoot the ball. They're going to get their shots off.
Yeah, especially, as you said, number 22, Lucas Hagan. Watching him in warm-ups, I'll tell you what, quick release, and he likes to spot up outside the arc and let her fly.
He likes to shoot the ball, yeah, and he didn't really get a lot of shots off last night, as many as I thought he would. The credit the Cats defense maybe for slowing him down a little bit. But he did catch fire more in the second half and did put a pretty good game together.
And let's talk a little bit about the Zeps as well. Now, I'm a little bit more familiar with them. Always when you talk about Shenandoah, there's another player that stands out for the Zeps, and Coach Mark Smith.
Well, everything goes through number one, Christian Dunniver. I think everybody in the area knows that. Christian has been a good player for a long time, even at the youth levels. I remember watching Christian and officiating some of his games, but he's a hard-nosed guy. He's quick. He can get to the hole, and that's obviously his game, is being able to get the ball to the hole and being able to dish. And the good thing about Shenandoah, coming off of a 17-win season last year, they've got a really strong senior class. These guys have played together for a long time and know each other's games real well. But when you got Christian out front directing the offense, and if he can find a crease to be able to get to the hole, he's got some big guys underneath that he can dish to that can finish as well with McVicker and Hill.
Make no mistake about it. And when you've got number one and you can give him the basketball, good things are probably going to happen. Let's talk about some of the support players for the Zeps. A few guys I remember last year, number 23, Dayton Hill, and number 41, Max McVicker. They're two guys on the inside. And Dayton, he was a little bit, he was off and on. You could watch Dayton one night and he'd have a great night. You could watch him the next night and maybe not so good. But he's a year older or a year smarter. He's a senior now. He's probably going to be a little bit more steady this year.
Yeah, I would guess so. They both got started off last night in some foul trouble, so they had to sit a lot, and Dayton especially, a lot in the first half. But he's their defensive enforcer as well on the floor. So he's going to mix it up and get involved in every play. But again, with Dunniver being able to take the ball to the hole, if you got those two guys on the blocks, I mean, McVicker was tearing it up last night. I mean, he was getting rebounds and he was putting the ball back up. The only issue with Shenandoah last night, they did miss a lot of easy bunnies inside early, and that's why they were down so much early. But yeah, with Hill and with McVicker there, but the surprise of last night was young sophomore Grant Stottsberry. So, he came out and was shooting the lights out from beyond the arc. I think he was 5 for 5 or 5 from 6 from the three-point line last night, and he had a great coming out party last night for the Zeps.
All right, it's the Zeps, it's the Braves. Looks like a good one setting up tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back at Cambridge at the Gene Ford Gymnasium right after this.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
Our specialized orthopedic team is committed to getting you back to living. Whether you're chasing collegiate records or chasing toddlers at home, call our orthopedic group today. Your condition is no match for our top docs, including new Superior Med team member Dr. Vanessa Falk, who's now accepting new patients. To schedule an appointment, call 740-439-8886. Find out all that our team offers by visiting seormc.org today to learn more.
And welcome back to Cambridge High School, the Gene Ford Gymnasium, home of the Bobcats, where the Shenandoah Zeps will be squaring off with the Indian Valley Braves tonight. Bill Kassler, John Valentine with you here. John, as this is the second round of the Gene Ford Classic, what are you looking for tonight out of these two basketball teams? I think this matchup is probably going to end up being fairly even.
Well, I think that Shenandoah, as long as their legs can hold up with them, and really Indian Valley for that matter, since Indian Valley went to OT yesterday, I think Shenandoah can get up and down the floor and get to the rim a little bit better tonight. So I would guess that Shenandoah is probably going to come out and play a little bit better first half than they did last night, so they don't get so far behind. For Indian Valley, I don't know if I think they played their game last night. I really do. I think Cambridge kind of struggled in that first half trying to do some different things too. So I would guess that Shenandoah is going to come out and play a little bit better first half and probably go into halftime up 7-8.
Well, and first games can do that to you too.
Right.
You're missing guys that you played with for 2 or 3 years, and those seniors are gone, and all of a sudden you're having to step up. You're having to fill a new role, one you're not familiar with, and you're not quite sure of the way things are when you actually get out there on the floor and start to play, and all of a sudden you're just playing basketball and things start to click.
Yeah, and Shenandoah's got, like I said, they've got a really experienced senior class, so for them to get out the gates early and quickly would not be a surprise. However, Indian Valley is trying to find themselves a little bit. They've got a little bit of a mixture of some young guys and some returning guys, and quite frankly, they're coming off of a season where they only won 4 games too. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to sustain that.
Hey, you didn't talk about the scholarships.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
mention that real quickly too.
Yep, I was going to mention that since we got a little bit of break. So what we're doing here with the Gene Ford Tip-Off Classic is we do have a scholarship for each team that's participating in the Tip-Off Classic. So we're going to have some announcements here where they're going to award the scholarships, 1 player per team for each game. So there are going to be 2 here for game 1 and then 2 here later for the Cambridge and Tusky Valley game as well. So, it's not just an opportunity to get together and play some basketball. It's also to recognize your student athletes in the classroom as well.
Well, I got to work with Coach Ford for a really long time. Of course, you played for him, so
Right.
you know what he was like, and there was never a dull moment. But he was always very much about team basketball, and he was always very much about what his players would do, not only when they were on the floor, but off the floor, too. And I think that's the reason these scholarships are really appropriate.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? I mean, we teach our kids to participate in sports for the outlet and for the experience and for the camaraderie and all those good things that come with youth sports. But if they're not taking care of what they need to in the classroom, what are we teaching them? So from a parent's perspective and really from a community perspective, it makes the most sense to honor them for what's most important. And what's most important is dedicating yourself in the classroom to better yourself as you move forward.
Yeah, 90% of these kids won't play anywhere past high school, and that is the thing. But they've got their whole lives in front of them, so that's why the scholarship makes such great sense. Of course, you've got a number of kids out here that they may get to that next level, or maybe even the next level. You don't know.
Here's the great thing about being a student athlete in high school. You're right. The majority are not going to continue their athletic careers beyond high school. However, having 2 kids in college myself at this particular point, I can tell you that academics are pretty darn important when you're talking about tuition at the college level, because there's a lot of money out there available for those who excel in the classroom. And when you have multiple kids,
oh yeah,
they're in college,
and you're
can be pretty darn expensive.
Multiple tuition. That's what that means.
That's right. So every dollar counts, and it's great to see that we've incorporated the scholarships here in the Classic as well.
All right, the Braves and the Zeps, we are still awaiting a little bit of tip-off time. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with more from the Gene Ford Gymnasium right after this.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Their head coach as the individual who best represents the core values of their program, their school, and their community. This afternoon, Cambridge Athletics and the Gene Ford Foundation would like to recognize the following senior student athletes from their program. First, for Indian Valley, Grant Schutte. Grant, if you would, Grant, would you stay in the center, please, so we can take your picture at the end? Thank you. Sorry. And from Shenandoah, Christian Dunniver. Congratulations to Grant and Christian for their leadership both on and off the court, and we hope that you have a great season. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for Grant and Christian. We'd like to welcome everyone to Cambridge High School for the Gene Ford Tip-Off Classic. This matchup will feature the Braves from Indian Valley High School and the Zeps from Shenandoah High School. Now, let's honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Indian Valley High School. Number 4, Grant Schutte.
Welcome back to the Gene Ford Gymnasium. Bill Castler, John Valentine with you here. Listening now to J.P. Feltner, the public address announcer here at Cambridge High School. He's talking about the starting lineups for the Braves tonight. John, what do you have?
Yeah, starting lineups for Indian Valley as he's going through there. Grant Schutte, really the same starting five that we had last night. Senior Grant Schutte and senior Cam Cayley, and junior Lucas Hagan, and Isaac Klessinger, and Carter Baker for Indian Valley. So same starting five for them, and it looks to be the same starting five for Shenandoah as well. Of course, no surprises with Dunniver but helping Dunniver will be senior Cade Denis, Baylor Wentworth, who we forgot to really mention in the pregame.
Yeah.
How
and he's
aggressive.
he's not a guy that saw a lot of time last year. So.
Well, he was real aggressive on defense last night and really had 4 or 5 steals that really got him back in the ball game. But Wentworth will be there. Dayton Hill, as we talked about, McVicker as well. So the same starting lineup for both games, and we do have the officials who are now with us. So we can get started.
That's a good thing. It's good to see the guys in the striped shirts. Can't play without them. So as you well know. And there's Dayton Hill. And the final ZEP starter, number 41, Max McVicker. So that's it, the Zeps and the Braves. Oh, and while we were out, they did talk about the scholarship winners, each team getting a scholarship winner. And who were they, John?
Yeah, for Indian Valley, it was and what they had mentioned in the who qualified for the scholarships. It was the senior selected by the coach of each team, the senior who fit that particular mold of what we were looking for a student athlete. And the winner for Indian Valley was senior Grant Schutte, and for Shenandoah was Christian Dunniver. So congratulations to those two.
Getting ready now for the opening tip, and we are underway. Tip is controlled by the Braves. They get the ball back. That is number 4, Grant Schutte with the basketball. Back around top of the key, that's 34, Baker now. Baker, they dump it down underneath, and that is Sam Calley, who dropped the ball off his knee, turning the ball back over to Shenandoah. Braves drop back into their half-court defense, and here come the Zeps. Number 1, Christian Dunniver. Be calling his name probably quite a bit tonight. Handles the ball and shoots, drives, scores. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink for the Zeps. Dunniver out near the top of the key now, working off on the wing. Dunniver back to Dayton Hill. Hill out near midcourt. Now they get it down low. That's Denis. Denis tries to slip it back to Hill. Picked up there by the Braves. Here comes Schutte. Schutte across midcourt. Spotting up. That's number 22. That is Lucas Hagan. That's a 3 for him. Good start for the Braves. They're up 3-0. Here comes Dunniver for Shenandoah.
And I'm sure that Coach Herman's excited to get Hagan involved in the game early, because it took him a while to get moving last night.
Dunniver now, and they're out right on him. Dayton Hill, word gets around fast, driving into the lane, kicks it off into the side. That's Wentworth, high off the rim, no good. Rebound coming down with it there, that's Klassinger. Here come the Braves. Grant Schutte. Schutte to Baker. Klassinger back outside again. A shot by Hagan. That doesn't draw any net, doesn't draw any iron, doesn't draw anything. A classic air ball. Not any fans here to chant, so I figured I'd say it for him.
I don't think they'd appreciate you chanting air ball for him, right? Though they could hear us. We've got the windows open here in the press box.
Nobody would appreciate me chanting air ball anyway. Dunniver with the basketball for the Zeps. Back up top, that's Denis. Back over to Dayton Hill on the wing. Hill back over to Wentworth. He takes a look at it, now drops it off to Dunniver in the corner. Shots up, that's 3. So a couple guys we highlighted in the pregame are off to good starts, Dunniver and Hagan. 3-3 now, 6:05 left in the first. Schutte with the basketball, works it off to Hagan. That's Cade Denis. You'll see that all night long. And Cade is one of those guys that he will work to get under your skin, and he usually does.
Yeah, one of those guys that as a point guard, you just hate to have guarding you, right? He's always going to have his hands in your face and after the ball.
Schutte now drives down the lane. He's cut off, back across. That's a shot by Klassinger, and that's up and good. That's 3. Dunniver brings it up for the Zeps. 6-3 Braves. Dunniver down the lane. Nice drive. Kicks it back outside. Wentworth will shoot the 3. That's good. That's a little bit different than last year. Baylor Wentworth seeing some action early with a nice 3. 6-6 now. Down underneath. That's number 5, Calley. Calley kicks it back outside and goes off the hands of Dunniver out of bounds. It will be Braves ball. Oh, there's a foul called. I'm sorry, I missed that. That was on McVicker.
That was on McVicker. Yeah, they got tied up there inside, and Kaylee couldn't get out of there. Probably because McVicker had a hold of him.
Shot by, he missed the bunny. McVicker now picks up the rebound. Nice job there. Gets it back out to Dunniver. 6-6, 5:12 left here in the first. Dunniver with the basketball for Shenandoah. Wentworth will take the three.
And Wentworth was like that last night. He put up 3 or 4 shots early last night. It just didn't hit him.
You can just tell Coach Smith said, keep shooting, Baylor. You tell me if Coach Ford used to tell you that.
All the time.
Shots up by Callie. That's short. Rebound McVicker. Good defense that time by Max. Zeps with the basketball. And let's see, that's going to be on number 5. Sam Callie picking up his first personal.
Yeah, a little frustration foul there by Kaylee that, missed that shot short and got a little frustrated there, picked up a cheap foul.
So Wentworth and Dunniver now in the backcourt. And here comes Christian Dunniver. 9-6 Zeps with a 3-point lead. All courtesy of the trays so far. Dunniver takes a look from outside the arc. He'll shoot again. That's good. Man.
Continue that trend of just threes.
So maybe it's a shooting clinic. Maybe it's not a basketball game. 12-6. Shooty with the ball, and that's going to be... they're going to get an offensive foul on Shooty. He tried to clear Wentworth out with his arm that time.
Yeah, a little extra push there got him in trouble, and I think a pretty good defense there.
Dunniver driving down into the lane, loses the handle now, and he's tied up. So they're going to say that that jump ball will be awarded to the Zeps. Cade Denis will take it out on the sideline for Shenandoah. Back out to Dunniver. 12-6. Zeps lead by 6. Wentworth off on the wing now. Top of the key now, Dunniver. Dunniver puts it down on the ground. He's cut off. Now back in the corner, Denis. Denis drives the baseline, and they're going to say put a toe on the baseline, so they'll give the ball back to the Braves.
Yeah, and Carter Baker got away with a little push there to make him go out of bounds.
It looked kind of like a hip check to me. It's kind of checked him out there.
Well, it's not a foul unless they call it.
That's right. Shooty with the basketball to Kaylee. Kaylee, top of the key now. Back down to Shooty, driving, kicks it off now. Baker's got it out, gets it back to Shooty in the corner now. Hagan back out top. That's 23. That's Klassinger. He drives, shoots, and does not score. That's going to be a foul call. Let's see. Is that going to be on Dayton Hill?
Shenandoah foul number 23, Dayton Hill.
Yeah, yes, sir. So that's 1 on Hill, 1 on McVicker. And as you said, both of those players got off to a rough start last night. Of course, they're the post players, so a little bit more, they'll see a little bit more physical action.
Yeah, a lot of pushing and shoving going on down there underneath, obviously. But, you got your seniors got to make sure that they don't get in foul trouble and that they're around for the entire game.
Second shot now for Klassinger. Ball's up and in. First points that have not been 3-point shots. 12-8 now. Dunniver now takes his man outside, kicks it back out. That's McVicker. He'll shoot the 3. That's up and good. Boy, that's new. You didn't see Max McVicker pull the trigger from outside the arc too much last year, but he's a senior this year, so we may see a little bit more. Here's a turnover. Here comes Cade Denis now for the Zeps. Zeps with the basketball. Denis back out to Dunniver. He'll take the 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Pulling down the rebound, that's number 11. That's Gavin Henry for the Braves. Shooty. Back to Hagan. Hagan driving and traveling. I'll tell you what, he was in Denis's pocket that time, but couldn't do much with him.
Yeah, Hagan just got tied up there. Good defense to be able to make Hagan stop and shuffle his feet.
Dunniver with the basketball now for the Zeps. Around his man. Back out top of the key now. Kicks it back out to Wentworth. Wentworth drives, kicks it off to McVicker. Shot from the baseline. In and out. Rebound, Kaylee. Kaylee gets it to Shooty. Up the floor come the Braves now. Braves with the basketball. Shooty out near the top of the key. They spread the floor, drives out, kicks it outside. There's Hagan with the basketball. Kaylee has it and diving for it. That's Cade Denis. Timeout. That's going to be Zepp basketball. Pretty smart.
Yeah, if you could get that ball, I mean, they've got some momentum. If you can snag that ball, geez, you get 5 timeouts. Why not, right? You're not going to need to carry all those over to the second half. Use them early.
Well, and the coach was clapping, and then he was Coach Hill was up 30-second timeout there. But that's what Cade Denis does for you.
Yeah.
Ball goes on the floor. He goes diving for the ball. He comes up with it.
Well, and you had mentioned that off air. You said, well, how's my man Cade Denis doing? He's always causing problems. And I said, well, you know, we really didn't call his name much last night. And now all of a sudden in game 2, he made sure that we're going to call his name.
I'm telling you, and he has like little streaks like that where, you know, all of a sudden it's like Cade Denis time. It's like when, and it seems like when there's always a lot of traffic, he's always in the middle of it.
Right.
He does a great job.
Well, good players are going to be in the middle of it.
And I'll tell you something else. Usually, he'll draw one of the better offensive players because
Sure.
he is just in your hip pocket every time he plays you.
You got to put pressure on the best player and frustrate him, get him out of his game.
Dunniver gets it to McVicker, top of the key now. Zeps with the basketball. They lead 15-8. Just under 2 minutes now left in the first quarter. Dunniver weaves back around. Wow! Holy cats!
That is impressive.
Yeah, I wish I could describe it. You know, he went in. It was kind of like Professor with the basketball. He kind of drove in. Everybody collapsed on him. He backed up, and then he drove down toward the baseline and just kind of floated up and put it in.
Yeah,
that's classic Christian Dunniver.
That was great. Great body control there too by Dunniver.
When I hit midseason form, I'll be able to do that. Dunniver at the foul line trying to complete that classic 3-point play and does so. It's going to make it 18-8 now. Zeps. Here come the Braves. Schutte with the basketball. Works it over to Klashner. Klashner over to Henry. Henry down low. Hagan back out. Klashner with the shot. That's up and that's a 3. That's his second.
That's great ball movement there by Indian Valley to be able to find the open guy, continue to move the ball around the perimeter until that shot was open.
Braves trail by 7, 18-11 now. Dunniver drives, and they're going to say just lost the ball out of bounds. So some good defense there that time by number 22, Lucas Hagan. 18-11, here come the Braves. Indian Valley trails by 7. Klashner with the basketball, back out to Hagan. Hagan driving, shooting, can't get it to go. Rebound fought for, coming down with it. That's 42, that's Anderson. He kicks it back out to Schutte. Schutte in the lane, gets it back outside. Shot by Klashner, no good. Rebound McVicker for Shenandoah. Here comes Christian Dunniver now. Dunniver on the wing. Has the ball knocked away, picked up by McVicker. McVicker tries to drive the lane. Now Denis picks it up, and let's see what the call is.
Fouls number 11, Gavin Henry, his first.
It's going to be on Henry. Coaches. Boy, I'll tell you one thing about not having fans. You can hear the coaches.
Yeah, you can hear everything. That's for sure. A little sloppy play there in that half court set there by the Zeps, but I think it's because Indian Valley's just putting so much pressure on them. It's tough to be able to get a clean look at it.
Denis with the inbounds. McVicker now to Wentworth. Down in the corner. Dunniver, he'll take the shot. Off the rim. Dunniver after the rebound. Picked up there by number 42, Cameron Anderson, who's checked into the game for Indian Valley.
Anderson's second rebound already since being in the game.
Schutte now. Wentworth working on him. Back outside now. Klassinger. Back out to Henry. Henry driving, and that's going to be on Dunniver, I think. See what the call is.
Shenandoah foul number 22, Wentworth, his first.
It's going to be on Wentworth.
Calls it on Wentworth instead. And Indian Valley, pretty lucky there to get away with a travel there and then to pick up the foul.
Hagan with the inbounds. Works it to Schutte. Schutte's got it up and in. So Indian Valley carving into that Shenandoah lead. It's 18-13 now. Long shot by Dunniver, and that's good. Oh, man, going. What a way to end the first quarter. All right, a 3 by Christian Dunniver. That's going to make it Shenandoah 21, Indian Valley 13, end of the first. We'll take a quick break. Back with more from the Gene Ford Gymnasium right after this.
I'm not buying till I check Don Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Don Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Don Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Don Ford. Online at donford.com.
Valentine, John, end of the first quarter. You get the ball to Christian Dunniver. He moves down the lane, and what does he do?
Well,
he does what Christian Dunniver does.
All he did was score 12 points out of the 21 for the quarter for the Zeps. I mean, I don't think you could ask for a better way to start that first quarter. As I told you before the game, they come out last night exactly the opposite. They couldn't hit shots, and it wasn't even shooting threes. They weren't settling for threes last night. They were missing bunnies last night. So as we figured, they'd come out fired up this second game and play a much better first quarter, and they did.
And a lot looser, too.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell. I mean, it's like, okay, all right, we can play.
Well, and Indian Valley's got to come up and be able to defend that three now. I would guess that Coach Herman's had that conversation with them to be able to shut that three ball down.
Yeah, it's a little easier said than done, though.
Sure.
Because you've got Christian Dunniver with the basketball, and he just found an open spot in the floor, took advantage. Braves with the basketball now. Zeps with a 21-13 lead. Schutte kicks it back out to Baker. That's Henry now. Henry on the wing, driving down the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound Dunniver. Here come the Zeps. Dunniver up the floor, finds an open space. He can't get it to go. Challenges Schutte and went up. Got the shot, went off the back of the rim. No good. But Schutte will pick up his second foul.
Yeah, and that could be huge, too, because, Schutte is basically the guy that handles the ball all the time for Indian Valley.
And very good.
Right.
He very much a stabilizing force for the Braves. Dunniver's shot is up and no good.
Well, he's got to get used to shooting from inside the arc here for a little bit. He's been behind the lines so much.
It seems to me, I mean, he had three threes, a deuce, and, he missed both of them. Rebound, McVicker up and in.
Now that's just hustle right there. That's wanting the ball a little bit more than the competition. McVicker just was not going to be denied on that. And not only did he get the rebound, he finished as well.
23-13 now. Schutte with the basketball. 10-point lead for the Zeps. Schutte looking for some help. Here comes Hagan now. Hagan. Wentworth right out on him. Now to Baker now. Baker on the wing, driving into the lane. Knocks Hill back. Kicks it back outside now. That's Schutte. He'll take the shot. That's up off the back of the rim. No good. Dunniver's got the rebound. Here comes Shenandoah. Zeps up the floor. Dunniver down the lane. Now kicks it back outside. Dayton Hill. Hill in the lane, shooting and scoring. Dayton Hill with his first two of the night.
Yep, good move by Dayton. He saw that crease, and he was not going to be denied. Actually, with the kiss off the glass with the left hand even.
And Dayton scores in spurts, too. That's the one thing you have to watch for when you're calling a Shenandoah game. All of a sudden, it's like Dayton he'll score 2 or 3 in a row. Schutte with the basketball now for the Braves. Henry gets it all. That's going to be a walk on Hagan as he wasn't expecting that pass. So that'll turn it back over now to the Zeps. Dean is back in the basketball game. Did fail to mention, we did see number 33, Grant Stottsberry, in. He made a brief appearance for the Zeps as well. You said he played a little bit last night, too.
He was knocking down threes all night last night.
Dunniver now with the basketball. Back to McVicker.
Yeah, you notice Indian Valley sneaking up to guard that three-point line.
Wentworth. Oh, that was a nice pass by Hill. Baylor Wentworth finishes. It's going to make it 27-13 now.
Well, Indian Valley finally came up to defend the three, but guess what? Shenandoah recognizes it, and they see some openings inside for the easy two.
Schutte loses the handle. Kicks it back out now, Klassinger. Out on the wing. McVicker's out on him. Let's see.
Yeah, that's an easy call there.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of frustration there as Kaylee knock him down?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was it. Was that Cade Denis?
Honestly, I don't know.
I think it was.
Somebody went flying clear across the court.
27-13. What are you telling your kids now?
Well,
they haven't scored a point here in the second quarter.
Well, you got to turn it up on defense. They're an aggressive team. They played really tough defense last night. You let them shoot all these wide open threes in the first quarter. You can't have that. But if you're going to come out and defend the three, we got to have some post players inside to be able to run around and play. Now, Kaylee was on the bench, so that hurt him a little bit because he is a force inside. But you got to be able to hustle and put in a little bit of effort on defense. That's the difference.
You know, number one can shoot. He's got 3 threes already, but you've got Baylor Wentworth who's got a couple, and Max McVicker who has one. So the threes are coming from everywhere, spreads the floor out. So all of a sudden you start defending that three, and as you said, you know, Shenandoah recognizes it. They get the ball down inside. Now here's a change in defense. A little bit of full court pressure now.
Well, you got to mix it up and do something to be able to put some pressure.
Dunniver works it over to Wentworth. Wentworth on the wing, now the baseline, and let's see, that's going to be on number 42. That is Cameron Anderson. Going to be his first personal.
Cameron Anderson, his first team 7.
Coach James Herman calling out some instructions to the Braves. Wentworth now at the line, and he'll shoot 1-1. Misses that first one.
Anderson with another rebound.
He's done some nice work on the boards. Here comes Schutte. That's going to be on Wentworth. He didn't like the call, but
they never do like the call.
No, well, sometimes you know it's you, though.
Stottsbury back in the game for Shenandoah.
Second foul on Wentworth. So he'll take a seat. Stottsbury is in for the Zeps. Schutte. And nice job there. And Grant Schutte's got 2 more. 27-15. Stottsbury works it back outside now. Dunniver driving, tries to kick it down. Hagan, nice job there.
Yeah, Christian's got to put that ball up. When you're that close to the rim, there's no sense in getting rid of it.
Schutte now with the basketball for the Braves. Kicks it down inside. Anderson back out. Hagan will shoot the 3. No! McVicker pulls it right off the rim. 27-15, 4:46 left now in the second. Here comes Christian Dunniver. They're going to try to trap him. He's looking for some help. Got it. Dayton Hill comes up. They're going to try to trap him on the sidelines. Works it down to McVicker. McVicker driving, shooting, and missing. Rebound. Up and can't get it to go. McVicker, but he was fouled. Nice work there by the Zeps, identifying that trap real quickly.
Well, identifying it, but here's what you got to do. You broke it, right? And you got it to the corner with Dayton. Dayton's got to realize that he's not the point guard. Look, you broke the press. Congratulations. Don't try to make it worse and dribble to the corner. Just hold the ball. When they come to double you kick it back to Dunniver, and you're set back up in your offense. Don't worry about it. Don't get in a rush.
Some bad news for Shenandoah, despite the 27-15 lead. They're now 0 for 4 from the foul line in the second quarter. There we go.
Calling your shot.
The old reverse jinx. That's good by McVicker, 28-15. McVicker now with 6 points on the night. Schutte down the lane for the Braves. Back to Hagan. Hagan on the baseline. Ball's up, can't get it to go. Schutte's got the rebound. Tipped out. Anderson has it. Back out. Klassinger with the shot. That's good. 28-18 now.
Isaac
They're going to trap again.
He had a couple of those nice threes last night as well.
In the corner, Stottsbury for 3. Off the rim, no good. Dayton Hill fighting for the rebound. They're going to call that off of Dayton Hill. So that'll give the Braves the basketball. 28-18, 10-point lead now for the Zeps. Grant Schutte with the basketball for Indian Valley. Here come the Braves. 3:48 left here in the second. Schutte driving, shooting, and missing. A rebound, Dayton Hill.
Great rebound. Tough shot there by Schutte. Falling away from the basket.
Dunniver finds Denis in the corner. Denis drives, kicks it out to Hill. He'll shoot the 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Anderson again. Klassinger with the basketball. Here come the Braves. In the corner, Henry. outside the arc. He'll pull up from the elbow. Shots no good. Rebound fought for. That's going to be on Dayton Hill. He was on the back of Cameron Anderson.
Yeah, easy call by the officials there.
Yeah.
And again, Dayton's got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Got himself out of position and then tried to make up for it by trying to out-athlete Hamburn, Anderson, which he can do, but unfortunately got on the back. Yeah, Coach Smith going to talk to him a little bit. Braves with the inbounds here. Hagan will take it. Klassner in the corner. Back out now to Schutte. Schutte down underneath, wide open. Klassner's up and in with that bucket. He's having a big night.
He's a good player. I always told the kids, if you want to score, if you want to get in the scorers column, cut to the basket. When nobody's looking, keep moving and cutting to the basket. You get cheap baskets just like that.
Dunniver down the lane, up and thought he had it. Didn't quite go down for him. Rebound number 10, that's Leo Wenger for the Braves. And that's tipped away. Here comes Wentworth back the other way for the Zeps. Wentworth down on the sidelines, back out to Dunniver. Dunniver working in the lane, back to Wentworth. He'll take the three, off the rim, no good. Henry up the floor quickly, loses the handle. Ball's on the floor. Henry picks it up again, knocked away. Klassner picks it up for the Braves.
Yeah, Zeps need to relax a little bit in that half-court set. Get the shot that you're looking for when you're up 10.
Klassner up, no good. Wentworth fighting for that rebound. Boy, the little guy going up, pulling that rebound down over Wenger. 28-20 now, 8-point lead for the Zeps. Although you got to give the Braves some credit. Stottsbury to McVicker, balls up and in. Nice job by McVicker, great patience.
Yep. Again, cut to the hole, find the open spot. You always get those easy baskets when you cut to the basket. Another push off.
Yeah, it's going to be on Schutte. And guess who's getting up from the bottom of the floor there?
Yep, that one I did watch.
Cade Denis, and that's what he does.
Well, and he's probably been, he was on earlier when Schutte did that as well. So he's probably been on the floor 3 times because of that.
Is that 3 on Schutte?
That is 3 on Schutte, and that's
that hurts.
huge.
That does hurt. They may have to bring, and they do. They take him out. So let's see how that impacts the Braves. Dunniver with the basketball. Zeps with a 10-point lead, 30-20. Into Denis. That's tipped away by the Braves. Klassner comes up with it. Here comes Indian Valley.
Yeah, no reason to rush here, but if you're Shenandoah in the half-court set, again, you're up 10. Why are we trying to force the ball inside, right?
Driving. That's number 12. That's Caleb Wells. Wells has come in. Denis now with the basketball. Loses the handle. Kicks it back to Wentworth. They get it back now to Dunniver. Dunniver in the corner now. Stottsbury will take the three. Yes!
Stottsbury is not afraid to shoot the ball. He's going to spot up, and he is going to shoot it every time.
33-20. He had the trigger pulled before he got the ball.
He knew it was coming.
Klassner, that's going to be over and back. Nice job there by Wentworth to come up and pressure Klassner with the basketball. Of course, the Braves without their ball handler in there.
And you see it, right? And you can't shoot. He can't have 3 fouls in the first half. He's basically their only ball handler, and especially when you're up against pressure, in the full court. So that's really going to hurt Indian Valley moving forward.
Dunniver gets it to Denis. That's tipped away. Hagan comes up with it for the Braves. Hagan for 3. No good. Rebound coming down with it. That's number 10. That was Leo Wenger. Couldn't make it go. And the rebound pulled down by McVicker, who's then fouled right away. And, of course, that's 10 team fouls on the Braves.
And 7 rebounds by McVicker already.
Yeah, well, he's a rebounding machine.
And you see the difference with him being in the game. And again, Dayton Hill has got a lot of playing time here early.
Makes a difference.
Different from last night when he was in foul trouble. But having McVicker in there, man, he likes to get up there and try to get those rebounds.
Doesn't look like he's had any holdover from that ankle problem.
Yeah, his ankle looks fine.
Ball's up and good. Second shot now for McVicker. Zeps expand their lead to 34-20. Just 44 seconds left here. Ball rolls around. That's good. Got them both. 35-20, 15-point lead. Full court pressure by the Zeps. And that's picked up. Here comes Wentworth. Boy, almost went over and back. Dunniver now in the corner. Stottsbury off the rim, no good. Rebound, Hagan. They get it back now. That is number 12 with the basketball. Wells gets it back to Hagan. Hagan up to Wenger. Wenger back to Hagan again. 17 seconds. Braves probably hold for one here. What do you think, Joe?
Oh, definitely. They got to make sure that they get two here for sure.
Hagan driving, shooting, missing, and he was fouled. Is it going to be on McVicker or Stottsbury?
He bailed him out there. I think he walked before the shot. It looks like it. There's a Euro step and then there's a travel, and that did not look like a Euro step.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting, even though that's only the 6th team foul on the Zeps, so that's going to put Hagan on the line shooting a couple.
Yeah, but you certainly don't want to foul here. They're giving them 2 free throws with the clock stopped.
Yeah, and Hagan can shoot.
Easy points, yeah.
He can shoot. 35-21. Still a 14-point lead here. Into the ball game for the Zeps. That's number 30, Aiden Schneider. Second shot now. In and out. Rebound fought for, let's see what they're going to call. 5.4 seconds left, and I think that's going to be...
Yeah, it was off McVicker.
Zeps, that's going to be Braves ball.
Yep.
Okay, so they have 5 seconds to get it off. Now, Hagan's the inbounds man, but he's the guy I'm going to look for to take the shot.
Oh, definitely. He'll pop back out into the corner and try to get a 3 off. We got 5 seconds left, so you got plenty of time to set up your shot.
And number 10, Cade Denis, is right on Hagan, so let's see how that works out. Working the ball to the outside. Baker, 2 seconds left. He's pressured in. Let's see, that's going to be on. Yeah, so
Wow.
0.2 seconds left. It's going to give the Zeps the ball. They don't really have time to do much except throw it up at the basket and try to get a tip in. They may do nothing with a 14-point lead. And that's going to do it. Interesting first half. John, any takeaway after watching 2 quarters of basketball?
Well, yeah, the takeaway is Shenandoah came ready to play tonight. They didn't start out cold. It could have been nerves. It could have been, whatever. But they missed a lot of bunnies early last night.
Used to the gymnasium, used to playing with each other, a little bit more used to rotate.
Right?
First game, yeah, sure, a little bit of pressure there.
A lot of those jitters. But yeah, the biggest takeaway for Indian Valley is you got your best ball handler in foul trouble with 3 fouls. And he was contributing on the offensive end as well. And Sam Cayley has been non-existent. I only have him with 1 shot, and he's not in the scorers column yet. So that's huge.
He played a big game for him last night as well.
Yeah.
All right, the score at the half. It is the Shenandoah Zeps 35, Indian Valley 21. We're going to take a quick break. We'll add up some of the numbers, and we'll be back with more from the Gene Ford Gymnasium right after this.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Looking for a new opportunity, or maybe know someone else who is? Southeastern Ohio Regional Medical Center in Cambridge, Ohio is currently hiring for housekeeping, patient care techs, and nurses. Excellent benefit packages, competitive pay, and a family-like atmosphere will make this a job that you look forward to coming to. Visit scormc.org and click the careers link. For questions, you can call 740-439-8000.
Here at MDHC, we offer adult, dental, pediatric, women's, pharmacy, and transportation services, as well as behavioral health. We accept all patients. Make your appointment today if you're not feeling well.
Our specialized orthopedic team is committed to getting you back to living. Whether you're chasing collegiate records or chasing toddlers at home, call our orthopedic group today. Your condition is no match for our top docs, including new Superior Med team member Dr. Vanessa Falk, who's now accepting new patients. To schedule an appointment, call 740-439-8886. Find out all that our team offers by visiting seormc.org today to learn more.
I'm not buying till I check them for.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford online at DoanFord.com.
And we are back at Cambridge High School, the Gene Ford Gymnasium, home of the Bobcats, the Coach Ford Court, of course, the legendary coach of the Bobcats. And that is the reason that we are here tonight, the Gene Ford Tip-Off Classic. Bill Castler, John Valentine with you here in the Zeps, Shenandoah Zeps. One of the schools that Coach Ford coached at has a 35-21 lead on the Indian Valley Braves, which is actually where Coach Ford made his name, playing for Indian Valley North.
A lot of good basketball up there.
Yeah,
I'll
tell you, they had Charlie Huggins.
Yeah,
boy,
the Huggins
those guys,
boys and
those guys could play.
Yeah.
So, and then Bobby Huggins, he's still got a little bit of basketball left in him, I think. Yeah,
I've heard of that guy.
Coach down at WVU now. So, and I actually am old enough to remember Larry Huggins playing for Ohio State.
Right,
so,
you're right.
The Huggins boys, they did get around. First half, though, story of the half starts out Zeps hitting from outside the arc everywhere. Braves collapse, actually spread their defense out to try to stop the threes, and all of a sudden the Zeps start lighting them up. Dunniver driving and Max McVicker doing a lot of the heavy lifting. He had a great first half, and it was quiet.
10 points and 7 rebounds in the first half. That's a heck of a game.
Almost a double-double.
That's a heck of a game, let alone the first half. You see the importance of having those big guys down low, especially, again, we talked in the opening about Dunniver getting to the hole, and he didn't really drive the ball to the hole too much tonight, a couple times in the first half, but, you got to have those big guys to be able to dish to, but McVicker's been making up for it by just getting the rebounds himself. And instead of getting the passes thrown to him, he's getting the rebounds, putting it back in. So he's been a force inside, and Dunniver's really obviously took control in that first quarter. Didn't score in the second quarter, so he's still at 12 points. But yeah, having McVicker with 10 points already, that's huge.
Let's throw in a couple of really good three-point shooters who have shown they can shoot the three tonight. Baylor Wentworth and Grant Stotsberry. He said Stotsberry had a great night shooting threes, has one so far tonight. Wentworth has a couple, and he's taken 4 or 5. So you throw that in the mix with Dunniver and players like McVicker and Dayton Hill, you've got a pretty nice ball team on the floor.
Well, yeah, and when you can shoot 7 for 12 in the first half on threes, you're going to feel pretty excited about that, and that's really what Shenandoah did. And again, most of those were the first quarter, but 21 points in the first quarter, that was a heck of an explosion to be able to start off the game. But things settled down a little bit. Indian Valley came out and defended the three a little bit more and slowed that down. But, overall, shooting 60% in the first half from the floor, I'm sure that the Zeps are pretty excited about that. And then on the flip side, the exact opposite is true for Indian Valley. Again, with Kaylee on the bench, he hasn't been a force at all, but they're only shooting 35% from the floor. So that's, that's a huge discrepancy, 35-60.
And I think that went down. We talked about this. Schutte with 3 fouls. Number 4, Grant Schutte. He's the winner of the Gene Ford Scholarship. He's an outstanding player, best ball handler on the team, also a big part of their offense. And all of a sudden, you don't have him kind of running the show, calling the shots, controlling the basketball, and the turnovers increase, and you're not seeing as many good shots.
Right, and down 14, it's going to be difficult to keep him on the bench. To start the second half, he might try to sneak a couple minutes and see what happens if they can keep it within 14, and try to steal 3 or 4 minutes with him on the bench. But I can't imagine they're going to let him sit any more than that because you're down 14. I mean, he's the catalyst. He's got to be able to get that ball movement in the half court for sure. And he's a good overall player. I mean, he's a good defender as well. So not having him on the floor is going to hurt Indian Valley. But let's give Isaac Klassener from Indian Valley some credit too. He's 13 in the first half, and again, he was shooting the ball good last night as well. And you see his shot; he sets his feet. He's nice and smooth. He can shoot that three.
3 trays, and he has been the offense here in the first half. And talking a little bit about the scoring, I have that real quickly here. Schutte with 4 for the Braves. Was 4 points for Lucas Hagan and 13 points for Klassener. That gives them their 21. For the Zeps, let's talk a little bit about them. It was 2 points for Dayton Hill, 3 points for Grant Stottsbury via the tray, 8 points for Baylor Wentworth, couple trays and a deuce, and 10 points Max McVicker, leading the way, number 1 Christian Dunniver with 12 points. He did kind of quiet down in the second quarter, but he kind of becomes a distributor when he starts attracting defenders.
Yeah, and as long as you have other people picking up the slack for that, that's not a problem. You know, he's going to be, as his Schutte is for Indian Valley, he's going to be the guy with the ball in his hands the most. And, you know, I don't even have him taken 1 shot in the second quarter. So it wasn't that he was cold. He just didn't shoot. He didn't have to.
He did shoot 3 times. He missed 2 free throws. But
well,
that's beside
true.
the point. You know?
Thanks for bringing that up, Dad. I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's almost like, see, son, you did. Yeah.
Exactly. But credit McVicker because he took care of that. He took the load. And Stottsbury threw up a couple threes too. But McVicker had a few extra shots there. So Dunniver didn't have to. But a good overall first half for Shenandoah. I think they got to feel pretty good. Again, I was thinking it'd be maybe 8-10 points at halftime, even though I said 7-8. I was trying to be nice there. I figured they'd be up about 10 at halftime because I knew they'd come out a little bit quicker than they did last night. They're a quality team. So I got to believe that they're going to come out and push the pedal to the metal and try to do the same thing here early in the third quarter.
Anything with the rebounds and turnover numbers?
Yeah, rebounding-wise, Cameron Anderson came off the bench for Indian Valley and had 4 nice rebounds. He's actually leading the team in rebounds for Indian Valley, but Indian Valley's got 8 turnovers in the first half, probably a little bit more. And again, with Schutte on the bench, that caused a few of them there as well. But for Shenandoah, again, we had mentioned Max McVicker with 7 rebounds. Obviously, he's leading the team, and obviously he's leading in the game from that perspective. But I've got Shenandoah with 6 turnovers as well. They were a little sloppy there at the beginning of that second quarter in the half-court set.
Well, and that's when the Braves were doing their trapping,
exactly.
and it did seem to work somewhat, but that wears you out.
It did, and you saw they actually responded to it, as I had said, once that Dayton Hill had caught that ball in the corner that one time. As soon as he caught it, he took off, and I'm sure that they probably reeled him back in and said, listen, man, we just broke the press. Relax a little bit. Get the ball back in Dunniver's hands. Let's start over. So I think they started to do that a little bit more.
We are underway here now in the second half. Shenandoah has a 35-21 lead. Zeps with the basketball. Baylor Wentworth on the wings. Cutting his McVicker up and no good. Good defense that time by Cayley as he comes down and he's all over McVicker. So here come the Braves. Schutte with the ball. Long shot by Baker is up and good.
Yeah, Baker's not afraid to shoot the ball. As I said in the opening, really nobody on the Braves team is afraid to shoot the ball, but Baker can shoot that long-range one.
Carter Baker now cuts the lead to 11. Dunniver's shot is up, rolls across the rim. McVicker almost pulled it down, couldn't quite bring it in, and Braves come up with it. Here's Grant Schutte with the basketball. Schutte to Baker. Off to Klassener. Hagan back to Klassener. Takes a look at it now. Back to Schutte. Schutte top of the key. Driving, kicks it back out to Hagan in the corner. Hagan drives, he's cut off. Back out now, Baker will shoot the long three. No good. Rebound, Cayley, it's up and good.
Yeah, nice push off by Cayley there, too, to get some separation.
It ain't a push off unless they call it.
It's not a foul unless they call it.
That's right. 35, I'm starting to learn. 35-26. Zeps have a 9-point lead, and Coach Smith, good timeout, 5-0 run by the Braves to start the second half.
Sure, good timeout to be able to settle things down and let them know, what we're expecting here. If I'm Shenandoah, I'm probably thinking about putting Dinas on Schutte to try to get him frustrated again and pick up that 4th foul and get him out of there.
Yeah, boy,
that's just something, strategy-wise. I think I'd want to try to get get after Schutte. Of course, that means you're taking somebody off of Hagan, who's really their their best three-point threat.
You know, and Cade last year, good, yeah, but he's heavier and stronger this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's more. And I don't think he's any less quick. Just as pesky as he was last year. He's a defender you don't want to draw. Zeps with the ball, short and picking it up right on cue. That's Cade Denis, his first 2 of the night. 37-26.
Big basket there by Shenandoah to try to settle down a little bit and get back in the groove.
Schutte now with the ball. Back outside Hagan. Hagan on the wing. Hagan to Klassner. Klassner to Baker. Baker down low. Kaylee and around and back in.
Yep, there's Kaylee. Now I told you he was non-existent in the first half. All of a sudden he's got their first 2 buckets here in the second half. So good adjustment by Coach Herman to try to get him the ball.
Let's not forget the 3 by Baker. McVicker on the elbow, back out to Hill. Cross-court pass, Wentworth. Wentworth, top of the key, Dayton Hill. Hill down the lane, pulls up, shots up, no good, rebound. Klassner, and here come the Braves. Grant Schutte to Hagan. Hagan now, top of the key, down the lane, back outside Klassner, shots up, and good.
Nice, comfortable shooter, sets his feet, nice and smooth.
Don't look now. It's a 10-2 run to start the second half for the Braves. Just what they needed, 37-31, and a turnover. Nice job there by Baker to pick that ball up. Carter Baker with the basketball. Works it back across to Schutte. So some good adjustments by Coach Herman at the half. Here comes Cade Denis with a basketball for the Zeps. Ball's up and in. Denis has all 4 points for the Zeps here in the second half, 39-31. Schutte drives down to the baseline and in. Beat Baylor Wentworth that time. Dunniver now with the basketball. It's just a 6-point lead. Here comes Indian Valley. Hill takes a look at it now. Pulls it down. Back to Dunniver. Dunniver isolated on the one side. Slips it underneath. McVicker can't finish. Out of bounds. It'll be Zepp's ball.
And Christian's got to be able to finish that again. He's trying to get everybody involved, and that's great. We want everybody to be involved in the game, but when you're that close to the rim, just use your talent and be able to put that in.
Well, I'll tell you what, McVicker, he was finishing those in the first half, and he's had 2 misses here, near misses.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit extra pressure this quarter, too.
Well, 10
that
points.
Could be leading to it.
10 points. Denis with the inbounds now to McVicker to Wentworth. Dunniver will take the shot and got it.
Yeah, nice roll there by Christian. Looks like he knew what he was doing there. He knew exactly how to roll that sucker in.
42-33. Schutte now. They trap. Oh, that's number 23, Klassner. Thought maybe not for me, but it was. So that's an unforced error. That's a turnover. Zeps with the ball.
Yeah, good defense there by the Zeps. They're going to have to do something here to turn this around.
42-33, 9-point lead. Here comes Dunniver down the lane, up and no good. Rebound coming down with it. That's number 32, Reese Colson, who just checked into the game for the, that was Hagan, 22. No, that was Colson.
There you go. There's your 4th foul on Schutte.
Yeah, that is not good news, and that was Baylor Wentworth.
Yep, I did see Wentworth there. And again, you're crazy if you don't try to attack that, right? You have to get him in foul trouble because now, with 4 fouls, that takes your best ball handler off the floor.
And he means so much to them.
Sure does.
Because they really don't have anyone who's in the same class as a ball handler. Dunniver now with the basketball. 42-33, mark it down. 9-point lead for the Zeps. Let's see, that's going to be... Oh. That was on McVicker. So that's 2 on Max. No real big foul problems for the Zeps. Baker now with Klassner. Baker. Down low, Hagan's got it, works it back outside. Kaylee drives in the corner, Henry's got it. Back to Klassner. Take the shot. That's short. Baker's got the rebound. Up and no good. Rebound fought for Callie. And let's see. Did he reach? He reached around, looked like 33 Stottsbury that time. So it'll be Indian Valley basketball with the jump ball. Down inside. Baker's got it in the lane. Up and got it.
Yeah, Baker's a pretty strong player inside, too. I mean, he's a bigger body in there, so it's hard to push him around, and he just went right after that ball, and he was not going to be denied on that shot.
42-35, though. Although Shooty's, now they're going to try to trap Dunniver in the corner. Dinas back out to Dunniver. Dunniver down the lane. Baker bumps him, and he gets a shot off. No good. So that'll be on Carter Baker.
Carter Baker is first.
It's only the first on Baker.
Yeah, I think
They're going to let him shoot?
He's
Yeah.
going to give him shots.
I wasn't sure about that. They're going to say he was fouled in the act of shooting. That's smart by Dunniver. He just kept playing, got the shot off. First shot's up and in for Christian Dunniver. So that's now 16 points on the night for Dunniver. Zeps lead 43-35. Second shot, got him. 44-35, back to a 9-point lead again. Klassener to Henry. Back outside Hagan. Hagan down low. Kaylee shots up. McVicker with the rebound.
Big rebound there, too, because we don't need Shenandoah doesn't need Kaylee to get hot again.
No.
Inside.
Dunniver with the ball in the lane, turning, shooting, missing, rebound. Dinas, and that's blocked by Kaylee. Up the floor now quickly. Here comes number 11. That's Henry. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Kaylee. That's going to be on Dunniver, I think.
That's foul number 1, Christian Dunniver, his first.
It's only the first foul on Dunniver. Another thing, he's playing clean defensively. I'll tell you what, the Braves doing a little bit better job this time without Shooty in there. So far. Driving, shooting, and Hagan wanted to call. Dunniver pulls the ball away. Here come the Zeps. Up and in is Christian Dunniver. Coast to coast.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Contact.
a lot of action down here at
Yes.
this end, and nothing was called.
Klasser.
He's going to give him that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was almost the NBA continuation.
Yeah,
he
that
got
was-
hacked and
Grant Stottsbury, his second, team's third.
so that foul's going to be on Stottsbury. He was on Klasser, but I'll tell you what, nice job by Isaac taking that basketball and just put it down and just
and
kept
finishing,
playing.
yeah.
Ball's up. Got it.
Good shooter.
He's having a night. 19 points, almost to 20 already. 46-38. Braves are back in this game. Wentworth takes a look at it. Back out now. Dunniver, top of the key. Back out to Hill on the wing. Hill, top of the key now. Driving down the lane. Cut off by Kaylee. Now back on the elbow. McVicker's got it in the lane. And let's see, a lot of contact. Is there a call?
Yeah, foul on 22.
That's going to be on Hagan. That's the third on Hagan. Timeout on the floor. Coach Herman wanting to talk it over. Tell you what, you lose a ball handler like Shooty, and then you've got Hagan, who's he's a big scorer for you.
He is, and I think Coach Herman just wanted the time out there to kind of slow some things down and get the kids to regroup, because it, not only the kids, but it looked like there was a lot of action going on out here with the officials. So he's probably just trying to tell the kids to settle down a little bit, don't play out of control. Shooty's still on the bench. Let's see if we can finish this quarter without him and still only be down 8, possibly 6 if we can score one more time. If you can go into the fourth quarter with him with 4 fouls, only being down 6-8 points, certainly under 10, at least you're within shooting distance.
Well, and so far, if you're going to go quarter by quarter, the Braves are winning this quarter.
Right.
They came out hot. They were shooting well. They cut into the lead pretty well early on, and even without Schutte, they're doing a pretty nice job.
Yeah, and I think it's because they've been stepping up their defensive play on the other end of the floor.
Dunniver with the ball back out to Wentworth. Wentworth at the point, calling the play. Top of the key, Wentworth to Dunniver. Dunniver on the wing. Denis sets a pick. Now they trap him. Down to McVicker, down low. Wentworth has it on the baseline. He tries to roll it back to McVicker. Turned over. Cayley rolls it off of Dayton Hill's leg, and that'll be Indian Valley basketball.
Carter Baker back in the game for Indian Valley.
Anderson comes out. I tell you what, Anderson and Baker, they're almost, you know.
Yeah, they complement each other real well.
Big guys, take up a lot of room, get a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, they're getting some good minutes here.
I think Baker a little bit more active offensively.
Probably a little bit more skilled offensively. That's probably why he's in the starting lineup. But Anderson with 4 big rebounds here.
Schuette's in. He got it back out to Cayley. Cayley's got it. That's a 3. And all of a sudden, Cayley has 7 points, and it's 46-41. Here come the Braves with just 20 seconds left in the third. Dunniver now. Zeps will play for 1 here. Dunniver out near the top of the key. Works it to Wentworth. 7 seconds. Hill will take the 3. Yes! Dayton Hill for 3 from the wing. Long shot. That's going to do it. The end of the third quarter of play. The score after 3. Big 3 there by Dayton Hill. Shenandoah's got 49. It's the Indian Valley Braves with 41. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Here at MVHC, we offer adult, dental, pediatric, women's, pharmacy, and transportation services, as well as behavioral health. We accept all patients. Make your appointment today if you're not feeling well.
Your home and your car are likely your 2 biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
To the Gene Ford Gymnasium, Cambridge, Ohio, home of the Bobcats. The Shenandoah Zeps have a 49-41 lead on the Indian Valley Braves. We are in the midst of the Gene Ford Tip-Off Classic. Bill Castler, John Valentine with you. Hey, you're pulling all 4 games, man. All 4 of them.
I'm going to need a cocktail after long 4 games, 2 nights in a row. Plus, I officiated some games this morning, so you know, I know our audience is out there real sympathetic with me.
Yeah, there's all that time on the pine in high school.
That's right.
Plenty of rest. Dayton Hill with the basketball for the Zeps, who lead 49-41. Cade Denis kicks it back out now. Max McVicker top of the key, back to Wentworth top of the key. Wentworth shuffles the feet. That's going to turn it back over. I haven't seen too many mistakes on a Baylor Wentworth. That was one right there. He just stopped a little quick and shuffled his feet.
Yeah, he was getting ready to pass it and then saw the defensive collapse a little bit and just drug it a little bit too far.
Hagan with the basketball now for the Braves. They're down by 8.
And if you're Indian Valley, there's certainly no reason to rush here. Only down 8.
Inside. Cayley balls up and went around the rim forever, but that's 2 for the Braves.
And no reason to rush, especially when you got Sam Cayley inside.
Yeah, Cayley, he's all of a sudden, he's really lit it up here in the second half. That's he's in double figures right now after being held scoreless in the first half. McVicker down the lane, and they're going to say that's on McVicker. He doesn't like the call. That's his 3rd. And that was Carter Baker with the good defense right that time. That's going to turn the ball back over to the Braves, who are down now by 6. And I think they've still got Grant Schutte on the bench over there, so they're trying to save him a little bit.
Yeah, save him as much as they can, but that might change right now since he saw that Shenandoah is coming out in the press.
Yeah, well, and I think that Coach Smith forced into that press a little bit because the Braves, they have really cut into this lead. What was it at the half, 14 points? And they have just not quit here in the second half. I think you hit the nail on the head. Picked up their defense.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game. There's no doubt that they've come out, and you can see that from the first quarter on, really, after they started to shut down that three-pointer. But they were a little lazy and lackadaisical on defense in the second quarter by letting them get some easy buckets inside. But you seriously see the difference in the second half. I think Coach Herman got in their ear at halftime and said, listen, we're getting back in this game, and we're getting back in the game by playing defense.
And they've done that, too. And they've done it in large part without their ball handler, Grant Schutte, who did an outstanding job here in the first half, but with the foul problems, has had to take a few minutes off.
And that's the key, is they got back into it by playing aggressive defense, but only picked up 3 fouls in the process. So they still got a couple fouls to give moving forward here with only inside of 7 minutes left.
And Schutte still on the bench with those 4 fouls. Hagan with the basketball for the Braves. Cade Denis is on him. Now Baker's got it off on the side. That's Henry. They're going to post Kaylee up. Ball's up and no good. Rebound. McVicker's got it. Loses it. Baker picks it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound fought for. Dayton Hill's got it. Nice rebound by Dayton Hill. Here comes Christian Dunniver for the Zeps. Up the floor quickly. Dunniver driving, shooting, and can't finish. My goodness, in and out. Thought he had that one. Kaylee up the floor now quickly for the Braves. McVicker's on him. He's cut off. Looking for some help now. Gets the ball underneath and throws it away. Here comes Dayton Hill for the Zeps. Hill up and in.
Dayton showing some athleticism there, being able to get down the floor quickly and adjusting his body there in midair and not getting the foul, but finishing.
All that with a couple Braves right on him. Lassiter back out now to Baker. Cutting is Hagan, and that's going to be a reach on Cade Denis. That's a good call. He doesn't like it, but Denis playing that tight man like he usually does.
Yeah, that's an easy call for the officials there. But you got to play aggressive defense. Now you are up here too, so you don't want to give them too many fouls though.
Schutte's back in the game for the Braves. Kaylee hands it off to Schutte. Long shot from the corner. Hagan can't get it to go. He had a good look. Denis works it to McVicker. McVicker finds Dunniver. Shenandoah up the floor now. McVicker on the wing. Pulling it back outside. 5:30 left in the ball game. Zeps lead 51-43. Dayton Hill's got it. Hill, cross-court pass to Denis. Denis on the baseline, driving, shooting, and missing. Rebound McVicker, up and no good. They're going to say he traveled. Kaylee must have been one of the players that Coach Herman was on at the half, because not only is he scoring better, he's playing better defense.
Yeah, he's definitely getting some shots off too and posting up, using that strength that he has inside.
Schutte with the basketball goes off his foot. They're going to say it was off the foot of Baylor Wentworth. Wentworth shaking his head, saying that wasn't on me. Baker with the inbounds. Baker finds an open Schutte in the backcourt. 5 minutes left now here in the ball game. Schutte outside the arc. Braves with the basketball. They trail 51-43. Schutte now down the floor. Hill comes out, swipes the ball, and then it goes back into the hands of Schutte. Long shot by Baker, up and Schutte's got the rebound, up and in. 51-45, back to a 6-point lead. Boy, the Braves they're just on the verge of creeping back into this.
Yeah, they're not going away.
Hill, way outside. Dayton drives the baseline, kicks it back out. Denis loses the handle, rolls back out to Hill. He'll take the three off the back of the rim, no good. Schutte's got the rebound. Here come the Braves. Schutte up to Baker in the corner, long shot by Henry, no good.
But it's
going to be on Hill. Does he get 3 shots on that?
He sure does.
My goodness.
Number 23, Hill, his third.
That's 3 on Hill. I'll tell you what they're going to say it was before the shot.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Because the official over here signaled 3-pointer.
They spotted him on the sideline here. Lassiter in. Schutte takes a seat. Henry moving. Carter's got the inbounds, gets it to Kaylee. Kaylee back to Klassinger. On the baseline, Klassinger balls up and good.
Good body control there by Klassinger to be able to finish.
4 points.
Yeah.
4-point lead, 51-47. Zeps have gone a little bit cold at this end. Dunniver out on the wing. Ball out now, top of the key, out near midcourt. Henry working on Dunniver. Dunniver.
And taking their time to make sure that they get the shot that they're looking for.
Dunniver now. Works it back out to Dinas. Dinas back to Dunniver. Dunniver, top of the key. He'll pull up from the elbow. Shots up and good.
Yeah, they were 1 for 4 going into that shot for the quarter. So that was very important to be able to get a shot that you knew you could knock down.
Klassner works it now to Hagan, back outside. Klassner will take the long shot for 3, no good. Rebound, nice block out there by Wentworth. Here come the Zeps. Dunniver, got bumped, no call. 53-47, 2:50 left in the ball game. They're going to trap him now.
Yep,
Dunniver with the basketball, and here comes Dinas, and let's see, there's a whistle.
That's a timeout here by Shenandoah.
30-second timeout.
So, and a good timeout that time by the Zeps, who lead 53-47.
Yeah, you see Dunniver getting trapped over here in the corner. Well, where was his closest guy at? They were still back here inside the paint. You got to come up to the middle of the floor to help him out.
You can tell it's the second game. I was just thinking the same thing. I'm thinking he got trapped and everybody just stayed spread.
Yeah, and not only just spread, but the big guys are the ones that got to get up here, right? I mean, Wentworth was starting to come over, but Dunniver can't get the ball through 2 guys to Wentworth, right? Because Wentworth's just not a big enough target. So you got to get Hill and you got to get McVicker to come up towards the ball a little bit and give him a good target.
I can hear Coach Ford.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on, you big guys.
Right, right.
Sounds like you had that talking to, too.
Plenty of talks, yes.
53-47 now. Zeps leading by 6 now. 2:45 left in the ball game. Got to give the Braves a lot of credit. They looked pretty much hopelessly outclassed in the first half, and they fought their way back into this game.
And I think that's the key word, fought their way back. They've been playing, they've turned up the intensity on defense, and that's really gave them an opportunity, and it loosened things up on the offensive end.
Wentworth to Dunniver. Here comes the trap again. Back to Wentworth down in the corner. Hill's got it. He tries to work it down to McVicker, picked up by Kaylee. Kaylee's got the basketball. Here come the Braves. Ball's tipped away. So McVicker now.
Team 7 foul. See, that's what I mean. You gotta understand where you're at with the lead and where you're at foul wise, because now you're just giving them free shots with the clock stopped.
Kaylee's on the line. He'll shoot. 1-1.
You say that was 4th foul on McVicker?
Yeah.
They call that on him. Well, there's only 2.5 left, so give him a quick break. I can't imagine he's going to be on the sidelines long.
In and out. Dayton Hill can't pull the rebound down. Baker's got it up and in.
Big rebound by Baker. That was a big bucket right there.
Dunniver with the basketball. 2:13 left. Off in the corner, that's number 30. That's Aiden Snyder. Snyder with the ball. Back to Hill. Hill, top of the key. Back to Dunniver now. Dunniver on the wing. In the corner, Dinas has it down the baseline. Kicks it back out to Wentworth. Wentworth in the lane. Let's see what the call is. They're going to say traveling. Stotsberry now is checking back into the lineup, and Dayton Hill's going to sit down. McVicker's back in the game. He comes in for number 30, Aiden Snyder. Braves with the ball. They're down by 4, 49-43. Schuette's got the basketball. Wentworth all over him. Schuette up the floor now. He's cut off there by Stotsberry. Schuette now back out. He's at the top of the key on the wing now. Cutting.
Nice cut by Kaylee.
Kaylee's got it and puts it down.
saw that overplay there on the wing and said, heck with it, I'm going back door. Great pass, too.
2-point ball game, 53-51. Braves down by 2. Zeps looking for some answers offensively. Dinas in the lane, back out to Dunniver. Dunniver drives, shoots in. Are they going to call 23? Let's see.
Yeah, they called Klassner on that.
So that's going to put Dunniver on the line, shooting a couple. Not the guy I pick if I'm going to have somebody shooting fouls.
No, but Dunniver, taking it on his own shoulders there. He knew he had to score, get some points for his team there. He knew he had to get to the foul line.
Ball's up. Got it. 54-51. Still a one-possession game here. Second shot now for Dunniver.
22nd point on the night for Dunniver.
1:24 left in the ball game. Got them both. Braves don't need a 3 here. 2 points will do nicely. Shooty for 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound Dunniver. That's big right there. 1:13 left.
I thought you told him he didn't need a 3.
Yeah, he didn't hear me. Dunniver across midcourt. Now Zeps are going to, of course, slow it up, and the Braves will trap. Dinas down low. McVicker gets his man up and in. That's big right there. Max McVicker with his first 2 points of the second half, but they're big ones, John.
Yeah, real big ones.
Klassner going to pick up a foul on that. That's his second. More importantly, McVicker for the traditional three-point play can't convert. 57-51, 6-point lead now for the Zeps, under a minute to go. Shooty with the basketball.
I've got to believe they're going to get some isolation on Kaylee inside here.
Baker is going to take the 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound fought for. Kaylee had it. Gets it to Klassner. Klassner now to Shooty. Shooty driving, shooting, and no basket. Dave Davidson says that's going to be on number 22. Dave, the official. So that will be on Wentworth. Let's see. That's 3 on Wentworth. No big problem there at this point in the game. 38.1 seconds left. So Zeps picking their play up here in the last couple minutes. Nice job by Shenandoah. Basically, they got the shot they wanted, I think.
Well, again, Dunniver he knew he had to get a good shot off, right? So that's why he tried to drive to the basket. But the more pressing issue here is the quick shots and probably not the best shots to take if you're Indian Valley, right? And if you're only down 2 points and you come down and take a quick 3, an off-balance 3, and then, from one of the guys that aren't your normal scorers, right? So I think that was the biggest issue there. Those last 2 possessions by Indian Valley, not taking your time and getting the shot that you want to keep it a one-shot game.
After working so hard to get back in the basketball game.
Once you work so hard and you're sped up so much by trying to get these things back in the game, well, now you're back in the game. Now you got to slow back down again. Take the pedal off a little bit so that you don't make that dumb mistake and take a shot that you shouldn't take. And unfortunately, they just kept moving.
Yeah, well, it's a 6-point lead for the Zeps. 57-51, 38.1 seconds left now on the free throw line. It's number 4, Grant Shooty. Shooty's shooting 1 and 1 here. First half, pretty big. Got it. 57-52, 5-point lead now. Shooty trying to cut it to a 1-possession lead. Got them both. Shooty will sit down.
Trying to make sure that Shooty doesn't pick up that last foul.
Caleb Wells and Henry are in now. Full court pressure by the Braves. McVicker comes back. They get it to Dunniver. 57-53. 4-point lead. Dunniver back over to Wentworth. Wentworth to Dinas. Dinas. Oh, no! A cutting number 33, Grant Stottsbury. Denis looked for him to stay stationary, and all of a sudden ball goes out of bounds. That's an unforced turnover, 57-53, 27.1 seconds left. Zeps still have a 4-point lead, but the Braves have the basketball.
Well, the Braves can't mess around here. They're down by 2 shots here. They got to get the ball up the floor.
Schutte in the lane, kicks it back outside, shot by Baker, yes! 57-55, 13.8 seconds left. You don't think we'll see full court pressure here, do you?
You think? That was a big shot right there by Baker. You know, and Schutte just to get to the hole. No, Schutte to work so hard to get to the hole and to have the understanding to be able to kick that back out to a shooter, knowing that they got to make 2 shots anyway. So him making this layup's not really going to matter much anyway.
And Carter Baker hit it from about 15 feet out.
He was real close to that 3-point line.
He was real close.
I think that's what Schutte was thinking. He's already set up for the 3. I'm just going to kick it out for him, but yeah, good execution there. And again, though, they wasted, about 10 seconds, though, getting that ball down the floor and getting the shot off. So now you're only down a bucket. You know you're going to put pressure here on the inbounds. So that what you don't want to do is foul Dunniver, right? I mean, he's going to be your best free throw shooter, I would assume, that he's going to be your best free throw shooter. So you got to pick out a guy that you have to get the ball to and make sure that you foul him. I'd much rather them – you only got 13 seconds, right? So you either got to foul right now or you got to play it out a little bit. But you don't want too much time to run off because then you can't get a shot off.
Dunniver is 5 for 7 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and they're doubling him. They don't want him to get the ball at all.
Denis. And timeout. And man-to-man defense by the Braves as they leave the passer, the inbounds passer open, but they did double Dunniver, which is a good idea.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like they were going to try to foul right away. They were going to let him get the ball in. They just didn't want to get the ball into Dunniver.
Well, he can dribble out the clock.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And the rest of the Zeps, good ball handlers, not great ball handlers.
Well, you know, I mean, we all have our pecking order, right? And game's on the line. You want the ball in number 1's hands. I don't think anybody in the gym, I think everybody understands that. So, and obviously, Coach Herman does too because he put 2 guys on Dunniver and wasn't going to let him get the ball. However, did you see him break there right before that timeout? He started breaking towards his basket, and if Denis could have seen him for just that split second, he could have thrown a home run to him all the way down the floor.
But a long pass like that, a little bit of a risk.
Well, he misses
particularly
it.
if you're not good at those long baseball passes.
That's right. If you're not used to it, don't do it. So now Zeps have changed up their philosophy. They're putting Dunniver up close towards the ball.
Yeah. And let's see. Officials hand the ball to Cade Denis, and to get it into McVicker. McVicker, let's see, what do we have?
Immediate foul on McVicker.
That's on Wells. It's his first. That's 6. Now, 1 more to give.
Yeah, they had a foul to give, but again, they're letting McVicker be the one to get the ball in here. And I would assume that Shenandoah is going to come up again as help.
McVicker's not a bad free throw shooter, though.
Well, and he's a senior, too. You got to rely on your
gets
seniors.
the inbound to Wentworth. They throw it down the floor. Picked up by Stottsbury, up and in. 59-55, 3.2 seconds left all over but the shout. Now it's a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that was a big play. Good heads up play there by Wentworth, too, to be able to see Stottsbury breaking towards the basket. And he put it up high enough.
Took the risk, made the pass.
He did, but he put it right where he had to.
There was some contact. Officials let him play.
A little bit. Yeah, you're not going to call that in a situation like that because nobody really got an advantage. But, Wentworth looking like that NFL quarterback, putting that ball exactly where only his guy could have got it. And credit Stottsbury for having the understanding where he was on the floor and be able to take that in and put it in for 2.
So now I think if I'm Shenandoah, we don't play defense. We just 5 points.
Well,
you deny the inbounds, make them spend their time, You don't shoot. If they go to pull the trigger, you let them shoot.
No, you're definitely going to let them shoot, but you definitely got to pressure the ball, too, because you want to run out that 5 seconds. You don't want them to get a quick shot and then have a chance to play defense. So they're going to pressure the ball and have him trying to dribble around a little bit and waste 3 or 4 seconds before he takes the shot.
Zeps fall back into a half-court defense. Let's see if they extend just one man. Baylor Wentworth out near the top.
They're going to run the old Duke play, putting Kaylee on the foul line. Oh, now Kaylee backs off.
Hagan. Ball's up. Off the rim. It's going to do it. End of the ball game. I'll tell you what, wasn't easy, John. It was not easy.
We're 3 for 3 so far, man. 3 close games already in the Gene Ford Tip-Off Classic.
Final score is Shenandoah 59, Indian Valley 55. We're going to take a quick break, tally up some of the numbers. Zeps come away with a nice win here. We'll be back with more from Cambridge High School right after this.
Here at MVHC, we offer adult, dental, pediatric, women's, pharmacy, and transportation services, as well as behavioral health. We accept all patients. Make your appointment today if you're not feeling well.
Looking for a new opportunity, or maybe know someone else who is? Southeastern Ohio Regional Medical Center in Cambridge, Ohio is currently hiring for housekeeping, patient care techs, and nurses. Excellent benefit packages, competitive pay, and a family-like atmosphere will make this a job that you look forward to coming to. Visit scormc.org and click the careers link. For questions, you can call 740-439-8000.
Your home and your car are likely your 2 biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Our specialized orthopedic team is committed to getting you back to living. Whether you're chasing collegiate records or chasing toddlers at home, call our orthopedic group today. Your condition is no match for our top docs, including new Superior Med team member Dr. Vanessa Falk, who's now accepting new patients. To schedule an appointment, call 740-439-8886. Find out all that our team offers by visiting SEORMC.org today to learn more.
Here at MVHC, we offer adult, dental, pediatric, women's, pharmacy, and transportation services, as well as behavioral health. We accept all patients. Make your appointment today if you're not feeling well.
Looking for a new opportunity, or maybe know someone else who is? Southeastern Ohio Regional Medical Center in Cambridge, Ohio is currently hiring for housekeeping, patient care techs, and nurses. Excellent benefit packages, competitive pay, and a family-like atmosphere will make this a job that you look forward to coming to. Visit scormc.org and click the careers link. For questions, you can call 740-439-8000.
I'm not buying till I check them vote.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
And we're back at Cambridge High School. Bill Castler, John Valentine with you here, getting ready to wrap up things as Cambridge Bobcats JV team is on the floor, waiting for the Tusky Valley Trojans to make their JV entrance. But in game one tonight in the Gene Ford Tip-Off Classic was the Shenandoah Zeps coming away with a nice 59-55 win. I'll tell you what, John, they didn't make it easy, did they?
No, and as we said, three games so far in the Classic and 3 Classic games so far. I mean,
well
3
matched.
Close games. Yeah, they really have been. I really thought Shenandoah was going to come out and take care of Indian Valley in that game, and they did in the first half, but Indian Valley was not going to go away quietly.
That Indian Valley fought back from a 14-point deficit.
Right.
They made it a game, cut it down, had an opportunity there in the last few minutes, just couldn't hit the key shots at the key time.
The defense got them back in the game, and Shenandoah, turnover-wise, started to turn the ball over a little bbit more than they were probably accustomed to, and that got Indian Valley back in the game. But, credit Shenandoah for not giving up either. I mean, they had that game slipping away from them pretty quickly there with the last couple minutes in the game. But, Dunniver with a big night, taking control of the game early and late. I mean, he kind of disappeared that third quarter, but he really came through in the first quarter and finished in the fourth quarter, hitting those free throws there at the end, really to seal the victory for the Zeps.
No doubt about it. Christian Dunniver key to the effort, and a big effort. I felt in the end it was Max McVicker. I think 10 points in the first half. He really cooled off in the second half. Big effort by Dunniver to finish off the basketball game. Really, Shenandoah had to kind of lean on him in the second half because Zeps, they went cold.
They did, but it was not the best shooting third quarter. The third quarter, the Zeps really struggled shooting the ball, but came back in the fourth and ended up making 4 or 6 buckets in the fourth quarter to kind of make up for that. It was, second game of the season, right? So you're going to have some ups and downs. You're not expecting a perfect game. Nobody plays a perfect game anyway, but credit the coaching staff there and the players for really not giving up on the Shenandoah side. Good inside-out game. McVicker had a good game. Really, Dayton Hill had a good game too. For not other than we had some Zeps had some turnovers there that really kept Indian Valley in the game too. But overall, good effort, and I'm sure that the coaching staff are pretty excited about being 2-0 to start the season.
Well, in Indian Valley, you have to credit them 2 really kind of heartbreaking losses in this tournament. Last night they kind of had the Bobcats on the ropes in game 1 and couldn't come away with a win. Tonight they came back, really gave the Zeps all they wanted in the fourth quarter, but they just never really did get over the hump. Really, I felt like it was Sam Cayley.
Yeah.
He had problems in the first half, 11 points in the second half, kind of found his ball game.
I was telling you how good of a game he had last night and singing his praises, and then all of a sudden he didn't do anything in the first half, but you saw the player that he can be by coming out in that second half. Really, he took over that second half from an offensive perspective for Indian Valley, really to lead them that second half in scoring. And it was a difference maker on the boards, too. He had 4 rebounds in the second half is what I got him at, too. So an all-around good game, but most of that was in the second half. So, but Indian Valley didn't go away. 2 tough games here for them. Both of them came down. One last night was overtime. Tonight was pretty darn close to going to overtime. So good effort. You can't fault the effort. I'm sure that Coach Herman's going to go back and reevaluate what's going on and get with his kids and let them know that he really appreciated their effort, because neither game did they shy away from continuing to push forward and try their very best to try to get a win.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers. Let's check the rebounding turnover numbers for both teams tonight.
Yeah, leading the way for Indian Valley on the boards. I got 3 guys with 4 rebounds each, Kaylee and Schutte and Cameron Anderson. We talked about Cameron Anderson. I think he had all 4 of those in the first half. So Anderson doing a really good job there off the bench. But turnovers, Indian Valley, I only had them with 3 turnovers in the second half. So they really started to take care of the ball a little bit because they had 8 in the first half.
Which was surprising because Schutte, their primary ball handler,
Right.
spent a good part of the second half on the bench.
Well, but Shenandoah kind of took the pressure off too. So, just not. But you credit Indian Valley for making up for Schutte being off on the bench. I mean, that was really good numbers there. But on the flip side, for Shenandoah, the exact opposite was true with the turnovers. I got them with 9 turnovers in the second half. So, but again, pressure defense by Indian Valley to be able to cause some of that. But a lot of it was unforced stuff too. You saw 3 or 4 of them there, even in the fourth quarter, some unforced turnovers when the game's on the line. So, kids get a little bit excited. They start moving too quick, and instead of understanding where you're at in the game, as far as time-wise and as far as score-wise, knowing that you don't have to continue to press like you were. But the turnovers cost the Zeps a little bit in the second half. But rebounding-wise, Christian Dunniver not only did he lead in scoring, but he also had 4 rebounds. But Max McVicker, I mean, what can you say about him? He turned in a really good game as well, as he did last night. He came away with 9 rebounds tonight, so real close to a double-double for him.
Well, but he had 7 at the end of the first half. You got to credit the Braves, particularly, I would say, Kaylee. He did a lot better job on McVicker in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and McVicker didn't have as many opportunities. So I think turning that pressure up, and not only just Kaylee on McVicker, but really the Braves defense in general, on the Zeps in general. So, an overall good game by both teams. A little sloppy at times, right? But again, we're talking about game 2 of this season. So nobody's going to be perfect at all in any game, especially early on. So, great way to kick off night number 2.
Yeah, excellent game. Let's check the scoring here as we tally up the numbers. For the Indian Valley Braves, it was Lucas Hagan, a little bit surprising, just 4 points tonight for Hagan. He really had a tough night from the floor, did not do that, hit a 3 to start the game. But other than that,
first shot, right?
Not a whole
first
lot. I think it was,
game.
Yeah. First shot, they worked him free and
Right.
hit a 3, and he was pretty quiet after that point. So he didn't have the best night that he's ever had, and that could have contributed to the problems for the Braves. It was 9 points for Carter Baker, had all 9 in the second half. 10 points for Grant Schutte, 11 points for Sam Kaylee, and he had all 11 of his points in the second half. Had a big third and fourth quarter. And Isaac Klausner with 21 points leading the way, had 13 at the half, continued to play well through the ball game. That gives the Braves their total of 55. For the Zeps, 4 points for Cade Dinas. He worked hard all night, played some great defense. 5 points for Grant Stottsbury. That includes Trey. Dayton Hill had 7 points, 8 points for Baylor Wentworth. It was 12 points for Max McVicker, leading the way for the Zeps, 23 points for Christian Dunniver. And what else can you say? Christian Dunniver had an outstanding game.
He had a good game, and it's what you expect. Number 1 from a senior, but number 2 from your leader, and number 3 from a guy who's put in a heck of a lot of work over the years. He's smooth, family originally from the Cambridge area, and played for Coach Ford, so it's nice to have Dunniver back in the gym.
At least for a game or 2.
For at least a game.
Yeah.
But real great game for him. 23 points and 4 rebounds, and not defensively. I mean, he played a great game defensively too. So he's a special player.
He is, no doubt about it, and a senior. So and one more time, right before we get out of here, do want to talk about the Gene Ford scholarships that. One will be awarded for each team.
Yep, for each team. And for Indian Valley, Grant Schutte was the recipient, and for Shenandoah, Christian Dunniver. So for game 2 tonight, tip-off is at 8 o'clock. We'll have 2 more scholarships a great way to honor not only just Coach Ford, right, but this is what this is all about, but to honor the hard work and dedication of some of these players as well.
Yeah, and I like that they let the head coach's name.
The head coach, gets a chance to choose who he feels emulates that true student athlete. So really special that the head coach gets to do that.
It is, and Coach Ford would like that, I think.
He would,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, hey, and excellent game one. I want to thank you, John Valentine, for providing color tonight, and it will be you and Bill Kafuri in the nightcap here
I get
tonight.
to take a little break here.
Yeah, you do. Sit back and enjoy the JV game.
Looking forward to it.
Final score in game one, once again, it is the Shenandoah Zeps 59, the Indian Valley Braves 55. For John Valentine, I'm Bill Kastler. Have a great rest of your night.
High school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Muskingum Valley Health Centers, Southeastern Med, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, Papa John's Pizza, Doan Ford, the Farmers and Merchants Bank, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, and WB Green Insurance. This has been a presentation of ABC Communications.